Hello, and a very warm welcome to SportsLumo's 50 Greatest Olympic Moments for India. I am Siddharth Vishwanathan, Editor-in-Chief of SportsLumo.com, and in this episode, I am going to talk about individual brilliance. Folks, in our Indian Olympic history, we have had hockey dominate our happiness ever since 1928. We won 6 consecutive gold medals. But when it comes to individual performances in the Olympics, we've lagged behind. We have not had great success in many disciplines. Our first individual medal came in 1952 when KD Jadhav secured a bronze in Helsinki. From that point on, the 60s, the 70s and the 80s passed by. But there would be no one taking an individual medal home. In that period, there would be 2 instances of major heartbreak. One was Milkha Singh, the other one P.T. Usha in 1960 and 1984. We used to win one match, we used to go to the next round, but we never managed to make it to the knockouts in many disciplines. But in this episode, I will focus upon that one person who not just put his sport on the Indian map and also on the world map, but he revolutionized the sport in such a way that the term legend or trendsetter is too small a word for it. I am going to talk about Leander Paes and his bronze medal winning exploits in the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. It is definitely one of the top 3 Olympic moments in our career, in our history, because after 44 years, we finally managed to win an individual medal. Folks, Leander Paes and his family are made out of sporting pedigree and masterclass. His father, Dr. Reece Paes, was part of the 1972 hockey squad that had gone to Munich. His mother had led the basketball team. So for Leander, sports in the genetic pool of the Paes family was a given. Paes could have chosen hockey, he could have chosen any sport that he wanted, but he chose tennis. Remember folks, 80s and tennis, it needed a lot of backing, a lot of money. Luckily Leander had both. So he first made a big impression, Leander Paes, when he defeated Zeeshan Ali, at that time one of the best players in India, at the tender age of 16. He had already started turning heads when he won the junior Wimbledon title. He was the junior No.1 also in tennis. But on the international stage, as it always happened with Indian athletes, they struggled to get their footing. The 1996 Atlanta Olympics was no different. Expectations were very low in tennis. After all, Zeeshan Ali tried and he almost came close to winning in 1988 Seoul, but it came of no avail. Leander Paes was about to change all that. It was held in the grass, in the hard courts of Atlanta, 500 meters above sea level. Leander Paes' first opponent was supposed to be, hold your breath, Pistol Pete Sampras. Remarkably, in a match before in New Haven, if my memory serves me right, Leander Paes had actually beaten Sampras. Thus, I will come back to that stat later. However, in a weird twist of fate, Sampras was injured, and in his spot, Richey Reneburg of the US came to play. Paes outclassed Richey Reneburg, and it was the first time an Indian tennis player had won an Olympic match. That itself was cause to celebrate. Paes then followed up with wins over big names like Thomas Enqvist, Nicolas Pereira, Renzo Farlan. He had reached the semi-finals where he was facing Andre Agassi. Agassi had already won the Australian Open the previous year and he was looking in good form. Agassi defeated Paes in straight sets. But no one at that time knew that Paes had actually suffered tendon injuries in the wrist. He played through the pain. But glory for the nation was greater than a wrist injury. Andre Agassi defeated Leander Paes. Sergi Bruguera of Spain defeated Fernando Meligeni of Brazil. And both Paes and Meligeni were now playing for bronze. Meligeni won the first set. The wrist injury was really troubling Leander. But in a determined show of spirit and raw courage, Paes fought back. He leveled the game. And in the final set, he achieved glory. Leander Paes won the bronze medal match, and after 44 years, India had finally secured an individual medal in the Olympics. KD Jadhav in 1952 and now Leander Paes 1996. It would set off a chain of events where individual medal winners would dominate the Indian discourse in the next 25 years. Leander Paes would go on and revolutionize tennis in India. His doubles success with Mahesh Bhupathi, his pairings with Martina Hingis, Sania Mirza, all resulted in tremendous boost for Indian tennis. If the base for tennis is strong at this point in time, it is due to the exploits of Leander Paes and that Olympic medal in Atlanta that propelled him to superstardom. No one will ever forget that image, folks. Andre Agassi, Australian Open champion, standing side by side with Sergi Bruguera, two-time French Open champion. The third one, a bronze medal winner, Leander Paes. That was indeed an elite company to be in. Paes' contribution to Indian tennis is so immense. His longevity has been so tremendous. There can never be another Leander Paes in our Indian sporting ethos. Thank you so much, folks, for watching this special episode of SportsLumo's 50 greatest Olympic moments for India. I will be back with the last couple of anecdotes in the Olympics as we wind up Tokyo Olympics 2020. Press the subscribe button, tap the bell icon, like, comment and share, folks, and spread the word of SportsLumo's evergreen analysis of 50 greatest Olympic moments for India. Until then, see you. Bye-bye. Thank you.